Moving over to Rangers. The Rangers takeover is reportedly set to be completed by the end of May after key parties have received the first set of legal documents. Is this a significant step towards it actually happening? I mean, we have been talking about a Rangers takeover for a year now, and this looks like maybe it really finally will be happening.
Yeah, look, I think it is happening. I think I'd be very surprised at this stage if anything was to fall through. I think the due diligence has basically been done. I think it was done quite quietly at the end of last year. Uh, I know some of the consultancy companies that have been asked to be involved in giving advice on this. So yes, there's been some serious looking at this project, and so again, I think it will go through. I think they'll want it sooner rather than later. I think that as we all know, they want to get in there as soon as they can. Early May is what I think they'd be targeting, if not the end of April, which is still pretty quick. But I know that everybody will be looking to get this done because both parties want to get this done. There's got to be some approval given in the Scottish League, which I don't think will be held back either. There's already, I think we've discussed before, Hibs and Hearts having Bournemouth and Brighton as partners right now. So there's precedent for this sort of thing going forward. I think it's great for the Scottish game. I think it's a great acquisition for the 49ers. I think they can really do this. And to work with Leeds, that's a very powerful package of clubs together, the 49ers and Leeds and Rangers. A lot to be done there commercially, and they've really got a chance to make something very special happen there. So it'll happen, and look, it's the best news for Rangers. It's better than they could have ever hoped for.
And Rangers have issued new shares for £5.3 million. What is that likely to be for, given the takeover appears to be progressing as we just spoke about?
Yeah, this is the second share issue, I think, in fairly recent terms. The last one was about 3.6 from memory, so I think there's about 8.9 million pounds worth. I think most of it probably would be swapping debt for equity. It's certainly not significant money in terms of anything. It could be just for a bit of housekeeping, some bills to be paid. But apart from that, probably debt for equity, so that they've got a very clear white page to go with, a blank page to start from when the 49ers get in there. So I think it's more housekeeping because it's not significant sums. I believe there's over 500,000 Rangers shares in the circulation now, which is, well, it all depends on what's going to happen. But I think there's going to be real value in those Rangers shares going forward. I think the 49ers will prove to be great custodians, and I think it should herald a good new era for Rangers. They've got a big challenge to get back on a par level with Celtic. We know that. There's a big gap at the moment, but I think they can charge on and try and do something.
And a win at Celtic Park on the weekend. How far does that go in Barry Ferguson's pursuit of keeping the Rangers job?
Well, you won't believe it. I mean, my phone was getting messages ringing off the hook from Rangers fans after that saying, "Can we appoint Barry? Should we appoint Barry?" And I cautioned them all to say, "Look, please, this is what's getting you in trouble: is knee-jerk reactions to results, and you've got to take a much broader view." And the 49ers have got to do a serious, deep data dive and decide what are the qualities in a new manager that are needed on a much bigger strategic view over the longer term. And it isn't just getting the Rangers' blood beating in his heart as he has done for some of these players. Look, he got a great result on penalties in Europe. I thought Philippe Clement would have been the one to have carried on through Europe. And I've said that, but Barry did get a result, and so listen, fair play to him. And a result at Celtic Park in the Old Firm Derby will never ever go amiss. That's something that's great. But to me, a couple of results does not mean that you're the right one and the right team that you've got with you to actually be the long-term solution for Rangers. We're talking about a dramatic rebuild, restructuring, and some really big things to go forward. I think that, look, well, Barry's done a creditable job. He won't have done himself any harm, and so it'll help him if he wants to go on. I don't think he could be the right fix. I think Rangers can now be shopping in a completely different market for managers now than they have been before. So watch this space. I think we could be looking at some big names.